Everyone says I'm lucky. That's the sentence people hand me like a gift I never asked for. He's handsome. He's in medical school. His family is perfect. And the one that stings most, he's so much more handsome than you. I smile, nod, and pretend gratitude while a splinter lodges under my skin. I was 18 when my family arranged my engagement. I'm 19 now, and he's 23. On paper, he's flawless. Pressed shirts, polite smiles. Inside that picture, I feel like furniture, placed, polished, silent. Training started early. My future mother-in-law sent recipes as homework. "Practice every day," she said, "so our son will come home to a hot meal." The rules were simple: house spotless, husband fed, wife agreeable. If he ever cheated, some aunt would whisper, "It was my fault." Imagine being told you are the lock and his desire is the weather. When I'm on my period, he avoids me. "You're moody," he says, like I'm a storm he can walk around. He wants a son, says it casually, like ordering dessert, because who else will inherit his imaginary Iron Throne? And for every birthday, holiday, or random Thursday, he brings the same bouquet, basic red roses. I don't even like flowers. I've told him I prefer coffee, or books, or quiet. He hears me the way a wall hears rain. Then work happened. I met someone. He's 40. Yes, twice my age. And if you're already judging me, keep listening. He notices small things, that I retype emails, that I tuck my hair when I'm nervous. When I make a mistake, he doesn't humiliate me. He fixes it and lets me keep my dignity. When I talk, he asks questions. He actually listens. One weekend, I lay curled in bed with cramps, scrolling past shows I didn't want to watch. I called my fiancé to ask if he could come over, maybe bring soup, maybe just bring himself. He canceled our plans. "You're not pleasant right now," he said. My coworker called about a schedule change. I picked up and immediately cried. I told him I wanted someone to coddle me, my exact words, because I was tired of being the strong, quiet, grateful girl. He came within an hour. He took me to his place, tucked a blanket around me on the couch, cooked the kind of food that tastes like childhood, and brought chocolate and ice cream like a first aid kit. I stained his sheets. He didn't flinch. He kept asking, "What do you need?" And then he did it. We watched a movie and let the night be soft. I leaned in first. I won't romanticize or apologize. I slept with him because I wanted to be wanted, without conditions, checklists, or a report card from someone's mother. Since that weekend, we've been together quietly. He's serious about me in a way that feels like a steady hand on my back. He wants me to end the engagement and marry him. My fiancé hasn't noticed. He thinks I've stopped being clingy. Funny how distance looks like maturity when someone only looks at themselves. I told this story online, hoping for understanding, and the comments cut deep. "Just break up with him," as if I chose the starting line. "Your coworker is using you." Maybe that's true in someone else's story. In mine, he's the person who saw me drowning and didn't ask whether I'd earned a life jacket. I know the math looks like a warning label, 19 and 40. I've read those labels. Still, here's my truth. For the first time, I feel like a person, not a position to be filled. Maybe that makes me naive. Maybe that makes me brave. Do I plan to end the engagement? Yes. Do I know how? Not yet. My parents might disown me. My future in-laws will call me names. People will say I threw away a perfect life. But perfect to whom? To the aunties, passing judgment over tea? To the men who think a wife is a chore chart with lipstick? Perfection is a costume. It looks beautiful until you try to breathe. Leaving isn't a single doorway, it's a hallway of doors. There's the talk with my parents, the relatives who will stop inviting me, the apology I won't give. There's the conversation with him, the fiancé, where I won't explain because you can't teach someone to value a language they refuse to hear. Last night I drafted a message, not to the fiancé, to my parents. It starts, I know you wanted safety for me, but safety without love is a cage. I read it out loud, hands shaking, and saved it as a draft. Then my phone buzzed. My fiancé had sent a photo of red roses with the caption, "For my future wife." I stared and imagined instead a paperback novel, a cup of coffee, a question asked because he wants the answer. If you're listening and waiting for an ending, I don't have one yet. Tomorrow at 6 p.m., I'm going to tell the truth. I may lose a ring, I may lose a family, but I'm done losing myself. Maybe that makes me the villain in someone else's bedtime story. Maybe it makes me the hero in mine. Either way, here's my hook. Everyone says I'm lucky. Tomorrow, I'll decide what lucky means.